and welcome to the channel. In today's video, y'all almost missed it. I was making a preventative, I'm just gonna say it, rat killer, rodent killer. And I was gonna put them in my neighborhood. As I was making them up, I thought I should show you all what I'm doing. So let's get into this quick video because if you need this, you can use what I'm about ready to mix up and put outside. Come with me. I refuse to have this problem in my backyard, so I have a boneyard. I will put it in a hole, just like I did this one. Good morning, everybody. So, if you're not aware, there are rodents in my neighborhood, and I have dispatched of several in my back garden. Normally, by the back fence, I have found their carcasses. I put store-bought bait in my backyard, but I've been talking to my neighbors. I've talked to two neighbors who've had them in their garages. I've been in a neighbor's house across the street, and I saw a live rat run from up under the fence from one neighbor's house and into her backyard. And I've spoken to many of my neighbors in the neighborhood, letting them know that we need to combat this rodent problem together because you do not want rodents to get out of control. You could end up with a severe health crisis if you do nothing. Some people think that, oh, it's no big deal. You know, there are field mice, there are rodents, but there are health concerns that could happen if you have these creatures in and around your home, and they can get into your house. So what I did, and I do apologize, I wasn't going to make a video. I was just quickly mixing this up so that I could get it outside. I just took some dishes that I got from the restaurant that had rice in them. I saved these things to give away to other people if I'm sharing something with them. And so what I did was I went to the store and I bought some cornbread mix. It was 50 cents a box. I put the cornbread mix in this container. I put baking soda in this container. And I also put just a touch of bouillon, chicken bouillon powder, just as seasoning to draw them in to go ahead on and eat this. And I'm going to place this up under the mailbox, community mailboxes in my neighborhood, around my street. On both ends of my street, we have mailboxes. And so I'm going to go around to a couple of my streets to include my own. And I'm going to place this up under the mailbox and hopefully draw them out of out of the neighborhood, out of our backyards, and away from our homes. Over near our mailboxes, there is construction going on one side. The other side of the street, in the opposite direction, there are homes that have been built, but they're also erecting some homes towards the end of the subdivision back that way. So I'm trying to draw them out of our living spaces because we don't want them in our living spaces. And I have to say, if you are someone who has rodents as pests, this video was not for you because this is for those of us who live in suburban areas. And I'm surrounded by farms. There are farms around here still. I can't drive no more than up the block, and there are cow farms up there. There are cow farms all around where I live. And so this is a major problem that we are, as a community, need to deal with. And so I'm doing my part, and I am going to get rid of these rodents because, again, I don't want there to be an outbreak of the bubonic plague in my neighborhood. I don't want to be sick. I don't want other people to be sick. So again, I took one box. This is actually two boxes, and there are 5 containers here. I took 2 boxes of cornbread mix. I took a tablespoon of chicken bouillon powder, and I took 2.5 tablespoons of baking soda. And I am just mixing this up in here. And I just cut the top out so that they can get in it and take part of this deliciousness. And from what I understand from the reading and the videos I've been watching, the baking soda is what's going to dispatch of them. From what I understand, they don't have the ability to release gas. And so this will be trapped in their bodies. And you know what it feels like. Maybe you do. If you have gas trapped in your body and it doesn't come out, it hurts really bad. But unfortunately for them, they can't get the gas out. They don't burp, they don't have flatulence, and it will dispatch of these creatures. So I am just in the kitchen making up a batch, and I'll be going out in my neighborhood and placing these by the mailboxes that surround my home. And I wanted to share with you all just basically what I was doing. I do apologize. Like I said, I was not going to make a video. I was just quickly putting this together. As I mentioned, this is nothing more than cornbread mix, baking soda, and a little bit of chicken bouillon powder just to give it a little seasoning so that they are drawn to it. I will put that information in the description box below if you want to make it. In all honesty, I didn't follow a recipe. I just dumped it in here until my ancestors made me feel like I needed to stop. And that's where we are right here. I wanted to fill up the container to the best of my ability so that I don't have to go back out there and refill it anytime soon. I am watching the weather to make sure that it's not going to rain. We are supposed to get rain, so I'm going to monitor um, the rainfall and try to place these near the mailbox, maybe even under the mailbox so that they won't get wet. Because if once cornbread mix gets wet, it's a done. It's a wrap. It's over. And so I don't want to waste my 50 cents because, like I said, the 2 boxes that are here, because this is 2 boxes. This made all of this came from 2 boxes of cornbread mix. I don't want to waste my 50 cents. So that was $1 for the 2 because it was 50 cents each. So if you all have rodent problems in your area and you want to combat the rodent problem, that's non-toxic to your pets at home. This is not going to be toxic to your cats, to your dogs. If they get into it, they're not going to be sick. But if you live in an area where you are having issues like we are having issues, it was so bad. I was walking with my neighbor and we were walking down the street and there was a dead rodent in the street that someone had run over. It obviously had gotten into some bait and didn't make it far and dispatched in the street. So if you, as I mentioned, are having problems in your area with rodents in your barn, in your garage, hopefully not, but in your house, up under your house, if you have a crawl space, this should do it. So I want to say thank you for joining me in my kitchen this morning. I do apologize for the quickness. Again, I'm not showing you a whole lot. I was already almost done before I realized I should turn the camera on. So here I am, just mixing it up, and I will place them outside. So again, thank you for joining me. If this helps someone, do me a favor, hit that like button. Share the video if you know of someone who might need this. If you have not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Hopefully you won't need this, but if you do, here's a non-toxic way to get rid of the rodents in and around your homestead. Bye for now.